Beautiful. Welcome. Making yourself comfortable. Having any props available that you like. Tonight's class is a dreamy Hatha class, and it's all about presence, lingering into every inhalation and exhalation, slowing down as much as you can, and really tuning into the natural rhythm of your body. So instead of the usual flows that we do, we'll be taking our time to move from one pose to another, take pauses in between. So getting comfortable, grounding down through your seat and lifting up into your spine. And if you like, closing down at the eyes or having them half closed, gazing at the tip of your nose. Placing your hands wherever they feel comfortable. Allowing your mind to soften. Allowing your external environment, the lights, the sounds, the sense of objects around you, to just slowly drift away as you become gently focused on your body and your breath. And bringing your awareness to your breath without changing or judging your breath. And simply observing the natural flow in and out of your nose. And starting to follow the journey of your breath in through your nose, down your throat and into your lungs. And observing as it exits out of your lungs, your throat, your nose. And if you can, just naturally starting to deepen your breath, drawing it all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs. Exhaling completely. Now you can continue breathing in this way, just in gentle, full yoga breathing. Or if you'd like, moving into some Nadi Shodhan, alternate nostril breathing, taking your thumb to one nostril and your ring or pinky finger to your other nostril. And we're going to alternate closing the left nostril and inhaling through the right nostril. Closing off the right nostril as you exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Closing it off. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Closing off the right, opening the left. Exhale. Continuing on in this way. Inhale. Closing off the left, open the right. Exhale. Just going in your own rhythm now. One more time, one full cycle. Slowly lower your hand back to your lap. Return to regular breathing. From here, we'll move into Goranga breathing, which is a really nice form of meditation. So, all we'll do is sync the sounding of the mantra with our exhalation. So, syncing in a full cycle of the breath as we inhale, silently drawing the sound Goranga into our mind. And as we exhale, we'll say the mantra Goranga for the entire length of our exhalation. And we'll go through 5 cycles. So let's exhale completely. Take a breath in. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. One last time. Inhale. Goranga. Returning to your regular breathing pattern, allowing the effects of the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. Bringing our hands together in prayer position in front of your heart. Taking a moment here to set an intention for your practice. It might be something that you like to cultivate in your practice. Or if nothing comes to mind, I always like to come back to gratitude, just taking a moment to give thanks and express heartfelt appreciation for someone or something in your life that you're grateful for. Breathing that intention into every cell of your body, allowing it to saturate your mind. And then beginning to open your eyes. And let's bring the soles of our feet together. Hey, Kirsty. Hey, Jude. Nice to have you guys here. Starting in butterfly position, taking your hands around your feet with the soles of your feet pressing together, knees out to the side. So you might be warming up your hips at this stage of your practice. So just being gentle, feel free to rock a little from side to side. And then when you're ready to settle into the posture, lengthening through your spine as you draw against your feet, gently pressing your knees down toward the floor, creating a bit of a stretch through your inner thighs and groins. And another alternative too is to fold forward. So continuing that same lift and lengthen through the spine, knees pressing down as you fold forward at the hips. Maybe dropping your elbows down to the insides of your legs, pressing the knees toward the floor. Finding your breath and becoming aware of the sensations in your body. And just meeting them with an open mind and curiosity. Breathing into any areas of intense sensation. Softening into your mind. 2 more breaths here. Lifting through your upper body. Releasing your hands. Coming straight into a spinal twist, bringing the left foot across and the right foot over your left leg. If this is too strong, just keep your right foot out in front. So we're going to start here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Stay here if this feels like it's enough for you, or further still, dropping your knees down, stacked on top of one another. And your hips are firmly planted to the floor, feet out to the sides. Lengthen through your spine, sitting up tall. And then taking the right arm under, left arm over, intertwining your forearms, bringing the palms together. Shoulders down away from your ears. Keep breathing. Further still, folding forward over your legs. Being mindful that the weight of your upper body is going to intensify the experience through your hips. So just moving slowly and with awareness. Letting your head be heavy. And being patient with every inhalation. And slow and patient with every exhalation. Allowing your body to naturally sink a little deeper into the pose as your body starts to release and relax. Now begin to press down into your feet and legs, navel drawing in as you lift up. Release your arms, expanding them out, eagle arms, and switching your legs over. So this time bringing the right foot under and the left foot either out in front or over the top. Take a minute here to just settle into your hips, lengthen through your spine, get nice and grounded in the posture first, and then gradually progress into stacking the knees on top of one another. Noticing the sensations in your hips, lifting tall through your spine, and it's time taking the right arm under, left arm over, intertwining. Wait, left arm under, right arm over. Shoulders drop down away from your ears as you fold forward. Using your core strength to keep you slightly lifted out of the pose. And then as you start to feel more comfortable, as your hips release, begin to let go into the pose. Allow your upper body to drop over your legs, allowing your head to drop, and staying with your breath. One more breath here. Bearing down into your hips and feet, navel drawing in, lift up. And releasing your eagle arms. And taking your feet out in front and windscreen wipering your knees from side to side just to soften and release into your hips. Taking your legs out straight, give them a little shake. And moving into hero pose. A couple of options going into hero is you can take a block or a bolster and start the posture with elevated hips if you like. So coming up onto our knees, and we're going to drop our hips down in between our feet. Hands to your hips. Slowly lower your hips between your feet. And this is a really nice restorative and can actually be quite intense as well. So stay here if that feels like it's strong enough. Or without the prop, carefully lowering your hips down. So there's a bit of internal rotation here, which can feel like tightness in the knees. We don't want to punish our knees though. So if it feels too strong, just come back to sitting on a prop. And finding your breath. Inhale, lifting tall into your spine. Exhale, taking your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep breathing and softening your eyes. And just giving those internal messages to your body. It's okay to relax into the hips. It's okay to relax into your knees, letting go of those protective mechanisms. Inhale, exhale, taking your hands forward, lifting your hips and banging out your feet a little, tucking your toes under. We're going to go into another deep hip stretch, garland pose. Again, option to sit on a bolster for a bit of support or sitting on two blocks under your hips. Turning your feet out at a 45-degree angle, allowing your hips to drop down and taking your elbows or upper arms to the insides of your legs, pressing your palms together. Thumbs come right into your breastbone. So pressing the thumbs into your chest, shoulders down away from your ears, and giving just a little bit of pressure from your upper arms into your knees to give a bit more of a stretch through your inner thighs and hips. See if you can let your hips be heavy, nice and long through your spine. Staying here for just a few more breaths. Noticing throughout our practice today that if your mind is a little bit busy, that's okay. The mind's going to do what it's going to do, but just keeping your awareness anchored into your breath, anchored into your body, and slowly release. Gracefully, dropping your hips to the floor and hugging your knees together. Coming over now onto all fours. We're going to do a modified version of a sun salutation. So I really invite you, once you've got the sequence down, really invite you to go with your breath. So dropping into your breath and moving with your breath in a way that feels like you're riding your breath. And try to linger a little in those spaces in between the inhalation and exhalation. You don't have to rush. There's no reason to speed up unless that's what you feel like you need tonight. So let's get into it. Hands come forward, dropping belly all the way to the floor. Hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale, lift up into cobra with your elbows working into your ribs. And then knees to the floor, taking it back into child's pose. Pressing down into your palms, lifting up, coming back into downward dog. Shoulders come forward as you lower all the way belly to the floor. So that's the sequence. I'll do it one more time with our breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, taking the hips back. Palms to the floor. So holding the breath here, tuck the toes. Inhale, lifting back. Exhale, lowering heels to the floor. Inhale, shoulders come forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Come all the way up into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, heels come toward the floor. Now just continuing to move in your own breath rate. Shoulders come forward. Lower down. Inhaling up, maybe upward dog. Exhale, lifting back, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more round. And on your final arrival in downward dog, staying here, we'll hold here for 5 full breaths. So again, just really focusing on your breath, noticing tiny pauses in between the inhalation and exhalation. Spreading your fingers and thumbs wide, pressing the floor away, rolling your upper arms in toward each other, setting your shoulders down your back, and drawing your hips back as you lengthen your heels down toward the floor. Option to softly bend through your knees to prioritize length in your spine if needed. Staying there for one more breath. And then jump or step your feet forward to meet your hands. Slowly roll up. Good. So you guys can stay at the top of your mat. Finding ourselves in mountain pose. Feet are planted underneath the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen into the crown of the head. Shoulders down away from your ears, reaching down into your fingers. And gently lift through the inner arches of your feet as you ground down to the base of the big toe, the little toe, and your heel. And gently lifting through the pelvic floor, engaging Mula Bandha. And cultivating a sense of steadiness as you hold mountain. One more breath. Gazing at a point in front of you, we'll move into tree pose. Balancing on your left leg, raising your right foot out, and modified version is to take toes to the floor and just allow your foot to rest on your ankle. So you can start there if you like, or gradually take your foot up, maybe going all the way up, pressing the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. And the secret is to press your inner thigh and the sole of your foot in toward each other. And that creates this kind of secure feeling. Inhale, raising the arms up. Reaching into the fingertips, grounding down into your foot. Staying with your breath. Continuing to gently gaze at a point in front of you to help you balance. One more breath here. And as you exhale, bringing your hands back together in prayer, lowering your arms, lowering your foot, returning to mountain pose. Take a breath. Shifting your weight to your right foot, toes to the floor and ankle, foot to your ankle, or taking hold of that ankle and placing your foot to your inner thigh. Pressing the sole of the foot and the inner thigh in toward each other, palms together in prayer. Raise the arms up, finding your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come together, lower the arms, lower your foot. Coming back to mountain. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bending through the right knee and lower the right arm as you reach up and over to the right. So your left arm is reaching over to the right. Inhale, straighten that leg, raise the arm up. Bend the left knee, lower the left arm, reaching over to the left. Trying to keep nice and open through your chest and shoulder. And inhale, lifting up. Take a breath. Let's step our feet wide apart. You might need a block for this posture. We're going to go into side angles. So if you'd like to have your blocks close to your mat within hand's reach, go ahead. Okay, turning the right foot out and bringing the left back toe in slightly. And you can adjust your feet as you start to move into the pose. You might like to move your feet wide or a little bit closer together. So just listening to your body and start to bend through that right knee, stacking the right knee above the ankle. Raising the arms up and exhale, lowering your forearm to the floor, taking the left arm up, or further still, lowering your right hand to the floor and the outside of your right foot. And this is where you may place a block underneath your hand just to give you a little bit more height and ease in the pose. If you like, taking your upper arm down toward your ear, finding your breath, and gazing just up toward your upper arm. A strong line of energy from that back foot all the way up to the top hand and fingertips. One more breath here. Navel drawing in, pressing down into your front foot. Leading up with your top hand, coming all the way up to standing. Turning the right toes in, left toes out. Lift and lengthen and exhale. Bending through the front knee, stacking your knee above your ankle, arms out to the side, and then forearm to your upper thigh, taking the top arm up, or further still, lowering the hand to the floor. And bringing that arm down. Turning, gazing up toward the sky, just beyond your upper arm. Anchoring into your breath. Inhale, press down into your feet, lifting up, leading up the top hand, swiveling both feet back around to center. Take a breath. Moving into triangle, turning the right toes out, bringing the left toes in slightly. Raise your arms out to the side, sliding your hips over to the left, reaching to the right, lowering your hand to your ankle or block or to the floor. And then turning your gaze up toward the sky, reaching up into your top hand and trying to keep nice and strong through your torso so you're not collapsing down into that lower hand or foot, pressing down into your feet, legs strongly engaged, feeling nice and strong and alive in the pose, and then softening into your mind. Soft bend through the front knee, leading up with the top hand, come all the way up to standing, rotating the feet around to the left. Lift and lengthen, engage through the legs as you fold over to the left leg. Dropping your hand to the floor, ankle or block, reaching the top arm up, gazing just beyond your top fingertips. Strong through your legs, pressing down gently into your feet. And leading up with your top hand, press into your feet, navel drawing in, come all the way up. Turning your toes back to center, lower your arms, take a breath. Now we're going to rotate both feet around to face the right, so top of your mat. Hands to your hips to start. Maybe a block under each hand, either side of your front foot for this pose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Navel drawing in, feeling that stretch through the back of the front leg. And then making the pose your own by taking your hands to blocks, folding forward, or even a soft bend in the front knee if it's too strong. And when you're ready, folding forward over that front leg. Long through your spine and grounding down into your back heel. Returning to your breath. And one more breath here. And pressing down into your feet, hands to your hips, and lift up. Swivel the feet around to the other side. Ground down into your feet, finding your foundation. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, hinging forward. And finding a place for your hands, either side of your front foot, folding forward over that front leg. Good. Allowing your body to soften as it deepens into the pose. Coming out of the pose, press down into your feet, hands to your hips, navel drawing in, lifting up. Bringing your feet back around sideways on your mat. Take a breath. Taking your feet out just a little wider with your big toes in slightly. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, folding forward at the hips, coming into a standing wide leg forward fold. Hands to the floor, long through your spine, and release forward. Start by just drawing the crown of your head down toward the floor. And further still, you can walk your hands through your legs, reaching back behind you. And this is going to help to draw your upper body in between your legs. Maybe crown of the head comes to the floor. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Gently lifting through the inner arches of your feet, grounding down through your toes, outer arches and heels. Two more breaths. Now exhaling completely, walking your hands forward, coming into a half lift. Take a breath and bringing your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. Walking your feet back in toward each other. And now let's find our way down into child's pose. Giving our legs a rest. Knees to the floor, hips to your heels, and folding forward over your thighs. And resting your forehead on the floor. Allowing your shoulders to soften. And staying here for just a few more breaths, noticing how you're feeling this far into your practice. Hopefully your mind is a little bit more quiet. Maybe feeling a little bit more anchored into yourself. And slowly start to unravel, coming up and taking your legs out in front. So, with your legs extended, flex your toes back toward you, press down into your hands, lifting up nice and tall through your spine. Bring the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh. Lift and lengthen and folding forward. You might like to take a belt around the sole of your foot for this one. Middle of the belt wraps around the sole of your foot with one hand on either side of the belt as you draw against the belt, helping you fold over your leg. Or perhaps you just take hold of your foot. And even further still, if you're finding that you'd like a little bit more of a challenge or a bit more depth, you can also take a block to the base of your foot and fold forward. Staying there for just a few more breaths, whichever position you're in. You might also just be casually flopped forward over your leg, whatever feels good for you today. One more breath here. Slowly release and change sides, extending the right leg out, bringing the left foot in. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, folding forward over your right leg with a belt, with a block, with your hands. Inhaling, feeling your body gently expand. And as you exhale, feeling everything gently soften. Just noticing that gentle expansion and contraction throughout the posture. One more breath. And release. Taking both legs out. Maybe a belt again. Wrapping the middle of your belt if you like, or just using your hands around the soles of your feet. It's nice to use a belt because, and you may be able to do this without the belt, but um, it allows you to really lift and get that nice feedback drawing against your feet. And then from there, hinging forward from the hips, and you can walk your hands down, down, down the belt. It just helps to prop you up with lots of length throughout the back of your body. And then after a couple of breaths, you might feel ready to release the belt and just surrender forward, placing your hands wherever. Scooping in through your belly and firming your thighs, flexing your toes back toward you. Two more breaths here. Exhale completely. And slowly lift up. Release. Sitting cross-legged, take a breath. We are not rushing today. Coming into a lunge to pigeon series now. So we're going to go lunge and then straight into pigeon on one side, and then we'll repeat on the other side. If you would like to have blocks underneath your hands for your lunge, make sure you've got them at the front of your mat. Or if you'd like to have a bolster underneath your hip for pigeon or padding under your knee for when you're lunging, just organizing yourself accordingly. And also, now that we're kind of coming toward the end of our practice too, and just take a moment as we flow through these next postures to notice that perhaps your breath is flowing with more ease. Maybe you're able to really sort of unconsciously have that nice drawn out extension and patience within your breath, which is one of the wonderful outcomes of our practice is that it really does help us to slow down completely. So, what might have been conscientious and mechanical at the beginning of our practice starts to become quite natural and organic towards the end of our practice. So, getting ready to step the right foot forward, taking your time, placing both hands to the front knee as you carefully lower your hips down toward the floor. And just observing the sensations, noticing them without judgment. Shoulders soften down away from your ears. You can keep your hands here, or if you like, taking your arms up. A few more breaths here. Allowing gravity to draw your hips down. And when you're ready, bringing your hands to the floor, transitioning into pigeon pose. You don't have to go too deep into the pose. The closer your heel is toward your hip, the more gentle the stretch will be. The further your heel is away from your hip, the more intense it will be on your hip. So just starting in a modest position and then dialing that foot out until you get to a comfortable stretch. Sitting tall, lifting through your heart center and chest. And when you're ready, surrendering forward, coming onto your forearms, and further still, straightening out through the arms, reaching the palms forward, bringing your forehead to the floor. Trying to keep that left hip rolling down. Pigeon is quite a strong pose. And it's a nice one to practice leaning into the strong sensations, leaning into and being okay with the discomfort, not feeling the need to label it as good or bad, it just is. And also knowing that you have full control if it gets too much. Just coming back onto your forearms, sliding that foot back in a little. This is completely your own practice, your body, your experience. Two more breaths here. And beginning to make your way up out of the pose, coming back onto your forearms, pressing yourself back up. And we'll take a little downward dog transition just to stretch out. So press down into your palms, lift through your belly, and come onto your back toes as you slide that leg back. And just walking out your dog a little, lifting and lowering your heels. And then dropping both knees to the floor as you step your left foot forward. Taking your time to find your way into lunge position. Both hands to your front knee, softening into your hips. And if you like, taking your arms up. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lowering your hands either side of your front foot, transitioning into pigeon, bringing the heel in front of your opposite hip and dropping down. Hips toward the floor, forearms to the floor, long through your spine. And whenever you're ready, lengthening forward over your front leg, keeping the right hip rolling down, reaching forward into your fingertips and simultaneously lengthening back into your back toes. Just allowing your body to go in through a natural process of softening and letting go with your exhalations. One more full breath. Beginning to make your way out of the pose. Coming back to forearms, back to your hands. Tuck the back toes under, lifting back into downward dog. And bring your knees to the floor, crossing your ankles. And then take your legs out in front. And we'll come all the way down onto our back. Time goes quickly when you slow down and let go into it. Coming into a gentle twist. Gentle or as intense as you like, up to you. But we're getting ready for Shavasana now. So taking your right knee across your body, extending your right arm out to the side, and just finding your way into a position that feels comfortable for you. Allowing your shoulder and your knee to both naturally come up off the floor. But if you'd like to encourage them down toward the floor, you can press your knee down with your left hand and gently encourage your right shoulder down. And slowly release. Switching over to the other side, extending the right leg out, bending the left knee, taking it across your body. Left arm out to the side. And then begin to deepen the pose if you like by taking the right hand on top of the thigh and encouraging the knee and the shoulder down toward the floor. Maybe turning your head to the left. And release. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest and make some circles with your knees. And back in the opposite direction. Right, give them a little squeeze and then make yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Turning your palms up, allowing your feet to naturally fall out to the sides. Implementing any blocks that you like to have for the end of your practice. So if you want to take a bolster under your knees, a blanket over you, something over your face, cushion under your head, please make yourself comfortable. I'm going to sit up so I can guide you through this final relaxation. I'm just noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. And taking this time at the end of our practice to allow everything to assimilate and integrate in our body, our mind, our nervous system. So this Shavasana at the end of our practice is so important and so beneficial. Feeling all the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor getting heavier and heavier. Feeling as if the entire front of your body is getting lighter and lighter. Relax into your feet. Relax your ankles, your lower legs, and your knees. Relax your thighs and your hips. Soften into your belly and soften into your chest. Relax your shoulders from the tops of your shoulders down and around your shoulder blades. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms, softening into your wrists and hands. Gently moving your awareness to your lower back. Feel your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. Soften into your face and soften into your jaw. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just rest. Coming back into awareness of your breath. Just wiggling your fingers, awareness in your hands. And then place one hand over your belly and one hand over your heart center. And we will finish our practice with 5 rounds of Goranga breathing. So as you say the mantra and listen to the mantra, drawing it in through your ears, into your mind, and down into your heart. And let's exhale. Take a breath in. Say the sound. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Continue on. Gong. Gong. One last time. Goranga. Relax into your regular breathing pattern and beginning to wake up your body, reaching out into your limbs, maybe starting to make some circles with your hands and feet. Gently rock your head from side to side. Rolling over onto your left side and taking your hands under your cheek and rest for a couple of breaths. Pressing yourself up to a seated position. We'll close off our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position in Anjali Mudra and bowing to offer our respects to each other and bowing to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to practice.